Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Fluid Art Studio, focusing on that Oxo Omelette Turning Flip and Fold spatula from Good Grip's best paint spreading tool I know of. And I am going to put that someplace that it's not going to get paint all over it because my table has paint all over it. And I'm going to use Sherwin-Williams eggshell latex around my edges of my 14 by 14 inch canvas. And I may use some black. And I'm running low on paint, so the black might actually come in really handy. I thought there was something in my paint there for a moment. This is just a facilitatory stage. It really has helped me cut down on the amount of pillow paint that I use, seemingly. And I'm still successful at what I want to accomplish. Clean off that spatula. I'm going to snag a little bit of this for over here. And then wipe that off, throw it in the bucket, make sure there's nothing left. Then I'm going to use as much as I've got left. To give myself a decent sized pillow. I've got a little bit in reserve. That is cell activated. That was numb. Where is my black paint? There we go. We're not going to worry about that. That was so numb. Okay, let's hope we can overcome that. Let's grab a few palette knives. And maybe some Mayan gold, which is a Prizm Pour. And I'm going to continue on with my nickel azo gold infatuation because I can. The name of my first book, next to my second book, it's on the Amazon link, it's on the link tree. I try and throw in a different element every time I do the similar colors. This time I'm going to throw in a little tiny, no I'm not. I was going to throw in some sour lemon, but I'm not going to do it. But what I am going to do is use poinsettia, which is a Prizm Pour, and is really kind of a rogue element. I'm not sure how this is going to go. I'm not even sure how well it's coming out. Or what it's going to look like. My solution to everything is just to add more Jasmine primary element. Did I say this was a primary element? Because I meant Prizm Pour. The poinsettia is a Prizm Pour. And then I'm going to still use some of my Royal Sapphire. A little bit less than usual. And it's a toss-up. Do I use the Jasmine? Oh, I think I might have to use the Jasmine. I never got the tip cleaned out though. I think it's going to be fine after I get rid of that chip. Okay, so now it's time to pick a palette knife. And I used to use this fairly frequently, and I think I'm going to do it again. Fairly thin layer of the black. Blow it out in position. Only this time I'm going to use my Pebeo Iridescent Blue Violet, which I made kind of heavy and is mixed with Australian Floetrol. And I think that's going to be stellar. I can hope so. Let me grab a couple palette knives and think about my scoop and drags. That's just perfect. Ha ha ha, I love that. I'm trying to remember to keep my head out of the camera, but it's hard to do. So break the seal. When you scoop, lift. Don't be afraid to bounce. I want to keep those little stripes. I don't think I'm going to mind the poinsettia at all. I think I quite like it. If I stop and allow the paint to fall off my palette knife, I get more interesting areas. And I've stopped being afraid of scraping down a canvas because I can always scoop and drag some more paint onto whatever area seems to be in need of paint. For the most part. Until something changes, I'll believe that. Yeah, I'm taking chances for sure, but it all seems worthwhile when you get what you get in the end. Break the seal. I like what I've got. It looks like some really funky fish, to me anyway. I'm just going to dig right in. Sometimes I like to snag a little something something and bring it somewhere else too. Which gives me the perfect excuse to undo my seeming mistake of dragging a little tail across, which actually is making a pretty interesting element, design element. I may tip. I'm just now beginning to get myself to add funky areas of paint, like in mark making. And spirals are wonderful added to these, in my opinion anyway. Come on, come out to play. Oh, look at that, what we just, that's that Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold. That's what it does. It goes orange. That's the reason I didn't use the actual orange, because I wanted to be able to see that happen. Every time I think I'm covering up something awesome, I get something even more awesome for my willingness to risk what I think I'm giving up at the time. That one, not so much. I think I'm going to grab a little bit of this. I want that all off my palette knife. Hey, I got it. Wow, that's impressive. I can't even believe I did that. All right, before I get too crazy, too late, short trip. Before I go too far, still short trip, I'm going to spin this out. It's time. And we'll see what colors come about. I've got one palette knife left if I need it. My paint bottles are pretty well out of the way. I've even got a dry barrier as a backup to the one that was covered with paint earlier. Cross your fingers. That's the sound as it touching the back wall. I didn't think to tip, and maybe I should have. I guess we'll find out together. Oh, I like that. I sort of want to tip it. That's so dramatic. Wow. Maybe I don't want to tip it. Maybe I do want to put some paint right there, though. And spin out one more time, at least. Yeah, it didn't dislodge anything. That was awesome. I am seeing some paint fly, so that's always a good sign that you'll save yourself the trouble of cracking your paint by leaving it too heavy. Okay, I'm not sure that's an improvement, but it's definitely pretty cool. We've got some dark stuff going on over here. That's kind of strange. But I like the black. The black is dramatic. I've got all kinds of strange stuff happening. Maybe if I find a skewer, I can add a couple spirals. Kind of like to break up that area, the dark part. And I can always grab one of my little acetate tools and put some more paint on. But do I really want to? Kind of do. I don't know. I really love this, but I'm not 100% on that. How much time do we have left? I got like 2 minutes, which means 5 total. The only thing I can think of is to come over here with some white cell activator, and maybe that's a perfect experiment to try. So I'm going to do that with some white cell activator. And do I have a single palette knife left? Ha! I threw them all in the bucket. So I said white, so white it will be. And then I'm going to use the Jasmine on top of that. Primary Elements. Got rid of some of that dark, which is okay with me. I think I like it better. And I'm not sure that it's required that I actually spin it out. It's tempting to do a little bit more, but I don't want to change. I got a balance going. I got at least 3 areas that have cells in them, and they look pretty much okay. I'm going to probably look for bubbles and pierce them with my skewer, and or give them a quick toasting with my... Let's just toast it. Yeah, I like that. That needed to be brightened up so that it would come back over. Oh, and I don't mind the little bubbles popping and leaving little white marks. That does not bother me at all. I'm sure somebody doesn't like it, but I'm not that somebody. I I think I should have put more spirals in. That's rich. Definitely rich. Rich color scheme. Sometimes you can get rid of little indiscreet marks by just sort of poking them or close by, using paint that's close by with a skewer or a thumbnail. This is pretty with that blue. I'm planning on doing something with a oceany theme soonish. Come on. I don't have a ton of time, but I do have enough time to tell you guys I sell my artwork and I give classes at the house in Spring Hill, Florida. I have 2 books on my Amazon link on the link tree below Show More, along with a Colour Arte coupon code that you can save yourself a percentage. Oh yeah, no, I definitely think that area that I decided needed to be fixed is much improved now. And continuing on, I'm not sure what made the brownish color, but it's more bronze now than anything. It could have been the black that I mixed in there by accident, or it could have been the black that I put in there on purpose. Anyway you look at it, it's still got some incredibly beautiful areas. And I think if I had a little more time, I might pull some lines through and make things look more floral. But as it is, I think it's fine. I like changing up the design by adding new color elements and trying out new things, and I recommend you do the same. I love you guys. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Check for my paint pouring recipes underneath the video. Know that you can always ask me questions, and the community board will show you tomorrow's video. 2023, I should be posting at 10:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What am I missing? My link tree has Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links, Facebook group, Expressionist, Fluid Art Studio Appreciation Group, Society 6, Le Gallerist. Underneath the video you'll find spring clothing. Any place that you can find my merchandise with my art on it means if you can't find what you're looking for with my art on it, then you can ask me and I'll put my art on it. Pretty much consistently. It takes me an hour or better. If you're looking for playlists, go to my channel. Look for playlists, all playlists, created playlists. You'll find 28 lists with 100 each, and the rest by topic and genre. And I have them all saved for myself. I gotta fix this. I have them all saved for myself, so if you don't want to do the work, I'm happy to help. I just see this little bud shape, and it just needed to be finished. Artists are funny, aren't they? Anyway, so I think I've told you pretty much everything, except for that I love you and you inspire the heck out of me, and I hope to see a lot of you in 2023. And PayPal and Patreon are ways to donate to keep me producing videos and bringing you tutorials, but the membership was really helpful, and you have access to over 80 videos, probably a lot more in 2023 than 80, for a $9.99 a month charge. And did I tell you my email is easpb and the word gallery spelled out @gmail.com? Because if I did, I'm sorry, but if I didn't, there you go. And that I give lessons at the house in Spring Hill, Florida. And I asked for a thumbs up. I'm sure I'm done. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you anon. Bye for now. Priscilla out.